We're very lucky to be joined by the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, a man who changed history with those IRS whistleblowers, and is going to change some more history with the tax code. He's going to get more money back to the American people. He's been doing that for a long time. Chairman Jason Smith is with us now, sir. Good to have you here.
John, I'm lucky to be here, so thank you for having me.
It's a great honor. We always enjoy having you on. I want to start with just, you've been in the Republican Party a long time. You've done these conventions before. This one feels different, doesn't it?
This is my 5th convention.
Wow.
I was looking at that. I'm not that old, but
Yeah?
it was
You're
my
not.
5th convention. And the unity that we are seeing, the atmosphere is something that I have never experienced at the prior 4 conventions.
Yeah.
It's pretty promising. People want to take back the country.
They do.
They want a booming economy. They want an environment where crime's not running rampant, and they want to make sure that the border is secure. Donald Trump is the answer to those wants.
Yeah. He's got a plan for all of them.
Absolutely.
You're right.
Sure does.
You do too. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I know you do. I know you're champing at the bit to get back to those Trump tax cuts in a second Trump term. But I want to get to what happened last night, though. This everyman theme that we have seen throughout the convention, and last night the vice presidential nominee, J.D. Vance, giving his speech. It spoke to you.
J.D. Vance did a phenomenal job. He's an example of the working class, and the Republican Party is the party of the working class. I've heard people say that he didn't speak to anyone. He spoke to people in Appalachia. He spoke to people in the Rust Belt. He spoke to people in the Ozarks, where I come from. I grew up in a single-wide trailer, and then we upgraded to a double-wide trailer. So, I understand that. He spoke to being raised by his grandmother, and his mother had an addiction. So many Americans are facing that. It's so similar to people all across the country, sometimes referred to as flyover country by the elitist.
Yeah.
He spoke to them, and they will show up and vote. He will be an advocate for policies that make their lives better.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that the large portion of the tax cuts expire. All that benefit that the economy has gotten since 2017 goes away. And if the taxes go up, I think people have figured this out now. That means all products go up because the consumers just get passed on to them. Tell us how hard. I know you've been traveling the country selling this. What are the chances we're going to get it done?
Let me tell you, it all depends on the elections.
It does,
we have
doesn't
to
it?
make sure that Donald Trump is elected.
Yep.
We pick up seats in the House of Representatives. Republicans maintain control, and then the Republicans pick up the Senate. Then we'll do a reconciliation bill. If Congress does nothing, John,
Right.
if we do nothing, we'll see a $4.3 trillion tax increase on every single American.
Unbelievable.
That's what expires the end of December 25. It is so important that we take care of this. Could you imagine what every American's been facing with 20.1% increase in inflation since Joe Biden and the Democrats took over,
right? Yeah.
is hit with a $4.3 trillion tax increase. That's not going to be good for their wallet.
No.
it's
I have to ask you about the notion of no taxes on tips. Obviously, this is something that, especially in a service state like Nevada, could totally change the game. But the Republican Party is the big tent party. It's also the party of the working class now, and that would reflect it.
We are absolutely the party of the working class. It's just not a soundbite. You see it in our party platform. In fact, in our party platform, it says we are the party to eliminate taxes on tips.
Yeah.
That will help working blue-collar families. It's absolutely important. I've been advocating for something like this for a long time. It makes me really happy.
I love that.
You've been such a champion and working so hard for years to get money back into hardworking Americans' pockets. I just want to touch on one thing because I think the country so much appreciates what you did a year ago when you found those whistleblowers. You brought them to attention. You've protected them every step of the way because they've been taking a lot of fire. As you look back at how much that changed history, were you surprised that when you first got involved, it would lead to such a whipsaw in the Biden family scandal?
It's absolutely amazing. I was overwhelmed with the information that we received from the two brave IRS whistleblowers, and they have absolutely been unfairly targeted by the IRS, by the administration, and by the public. Everything the two IRS whistleblowers have ever stated or released has proven to be true.
Right.
Yep.
One thing we do know is just about everything Hunter Biden or Joe Biden has said has not been proven to be true.
Right.
You know, I'd like to know how the Biden family got away with getting tens of millions of dollars for selling access to Joe Biden and the government. It's absolutely unacceptable. The American people's not fooled by it, but those 2 IRS whistleblowers are the reason why we got this information, because the administration obstructed Jim Jordan, Jamie Comer, and myself in getting information. The most important, substantial information we have received in this investigation came from those 2 IRS whistleblowers.
I want to add one thing. Everything you told the American people turned out to be true,
That's right.
too. I reported, and you are very careful. You don't put things out until you're sure. That is a real tribute in a town that has a lot of people that sometimes fling things before they have it. You did a great job.
Indeed,
I really
indeed.
mean
Thank
that.
you, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, tax crimes are a very serious deal. I think that to the American people, especially a party that says it's the working class, it becomes an even bigger deal when it's someone like Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden's tax trial is going to begin here in a few months in Los Angeles. Even if Joe Biden is not the nominee, the American people still should pay attention, right?
The American people should absolutely stay attention, because there shouldn't be a 2-tier justice system. You should not be treated differently just because your last name is Biden. You should be treated exactly the same. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for the 2 IRS whistleblowers, he would have taken that plea agreement in Delaware, nice little slap on the wrist. No one would have ever known about it, and he could have never been charged with those charges in California. And those charges in California are exactly what the IRS whistleblowers recommended years before.
Isn't that
The bad
amazing?
thing is the IRS and the Department of Justice allowed the statute of limitations to expire on 2 of the tax years that had the most substantial crimes.
Including from Ukraine, money from Ukraine, which you prove. Yeah. Sir, we are always honored to have you on the show. We always learn so much. I know you got to get in the building for the big speech. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Such
you,
a great
John.
honor to have you
Appreciate
here.
it.
Thank
Always
you.
good.